Ana Botín, Executive Chairman of Santander. Thank you for joining us today. Santander is one of the world's largest banks by market capitalization, with big footprints in Europe, Latin America, and US. So the balance of earnings for the Santander Group have recently shifted back towards Europe. How confident are you about growth in the region going forward?
We still believe allocating more capital to the Americas is something that makes sense in terms of risk reward. Having said that, Europe presents many opportunities. For example, in insurance, we have a very high growth opportunity in insurance in Spain, where our market share is below what it should be. We have an opportunity to grow in areas like, corporate banking in Mexico, Brazil. So again, we think about geographies and global businesses. And in Europe specifically, we think certain products have a lot of upside, like insurance.
How do the different markets, Europe, US, and Latin America, compare from your point of view?
So I like to say that we lend money in Europe and we make more money in the Americas. So we're essentially a credit bank. We are retail commercial. That's 70% of Santander. And so our biggest portfolios are in the UK, for example. We're a big mortgage lender, very low risk business. We're a big mortgage lender in Europe, Spain, and Portugal. In the Americas, we are growing more slowly in terms of credit, but again, from a low base, growing faster. So the numbers are not absolutely that big, but the growth is very high.
You're one of the first long-standing banks to have embraced a digital transformation. You're competing in a world with fast-moving fintech, as well as other traditional banks moving into the space. How do you make sure your digital strategy gives Santander an edge?
I have a deep conviction that you're only as good as your product, and you're only as good as your product in the digital world. And that means that for us, we're one of the biggest banks in the world by number of customers. We have 180 million. We invest 10 billion every year in technology, of which about 30% goes to new investments. So building our own tech platforms is essential. We've built our own core system. We're putting all that together. And at the end, it has to enable us to grow faster. That's why I always come back, how many customers have you grown this year? And again, what we're proving year after year is we're getting better and we continue to grow. But this should accelerate. As we deploy all our technology across all our markets, we should deliver better products and faster growth in customers, faster revenues, and more value creation for our shareholders.
You've proven a very strict and strong capital allocation in the recent past. What are the drivers that you look for in order to invest the best the capital of the bank?
So there's strategic considerations. Keeping the franchise. We cannot just turn off mortgages in Spain, for instance. But at the same time, because we can allocate capital across global businesses and geographies, it is really interesting that we can maximize returns, but also growth and risk-adjusted returns. And this is really something we have developed over the last 10 years. We believe we have best-in-class tools to do a very dynamic, on a weekly basis, capital allocation.
Is there something about your business that you think investors like us are missing or not understanding?
Well, I believe that in the last 12 months, understanding of Santander has improved, and you can see that in the share price. We're one of the best performers, even within a sector that's done well. But I still believe the upside of Santander, the most important thing, not just the upside, the sustainability and the improvement in profitability ahead, as well as growth, is still not being fully understood.
Ana Botín, Executive Chair of Santander, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.